And we're here for our first annual Worcester Technical High School Poetry Out Loud competition. I'll explain briefly how this is going to go today. There will be 2 rounds of recitations. Every performer will get up and recite their first poem. The judges will score, and then we'll take a little break between round 1 and round 2. And then in round 2, everyone will recite their second poem. The overall winner is the person who has the highest total points from both of their recitations, and there's also a prize available to whoever has the single best recitation, because some of us are only doing 1 poem. The prizes are over here on the side. There's some books of poems. Some of them are signed by the poets. There's lots of journals, so things that I think Brighterly people might like. The judges are going to be scoring you on physical presence, voice and articulation, evidence of understanding of the poem, appropriateness of your delivery, and also on your overall performance.
Sonnet 15, When I Consider Everything That Grows, by William Shakespeare. When I consider everything that grows, holds in perfection but a little moment, that this huge stage presenteth not but shows, whereon the stars and secret influence comment. When I perceive that men, as plants increase, cheered and checked even by the self-same sky, vaunt in their youthful sap at height decrease, and wear their brave state out of memory. Then the conceit of this inconstant stay sets you most rich in youth before my sight, where wasteful time debateth with decay to change your day of youth to sullied night. And all in war with time for love of you, as he takes from you, I engraft you new.
Acquainted with the Night by Robert Farr. I have been one acquainted with the night. I have walked out in rain and back in rain. I have outwalked the furthest city light. I have looked down the saddest city lane. I have passed by the watchman on his beat and dropped my eyes unwilling to explain. I have stood still and stopped the sound of feet, when far away an uninterrupted cry came over from another street, but not to call me back or say goodbye. And further still, at an unearthly height, one luminary clock against the sky proclaimed the time was neither wrong nor right. I have been one acquainted with the night.
Debate by Eric Chalk. Saturday mornings before my weekly chores, I used to sneak out of the house and across the street, grabbing the first grasshopper walking in the damp California grass along the stream. Carefully, hiding a silver hook beneath its green wings, I'd float it out across the gentle ripples towards the end of its life. Just like that, I'd give it the hook and let it ride. All I ever expected for it was that big mouth bass awaiting its arrival. I didn't think I was giving up one life to get another, that even childhood was full of sacrifice. I'd just take the bright green thing, pluck it off its only stalk, and give it away as if it were mine to give. I knew someone out there would be fooled, that someone would accept the precious gift. So I just sent it along with a plea for prayer, hoping it would spread its wings this time and fly across that wet glass sky. No concern for what inspired its life or mine, only instinct guiding pain towards the other side.
Hope is the Thing with Feathers by Emily Dickinson. Hope is the thing with feathers that perches in the soul and sings the tune without the words and never stops at all. And sweetest in the gale is heard, and sore must be the storm that could abash the little bird that kept so many warm. I've heard it in the chillest land and on the strangest sea, yet never in extremity. It asked a crumb of me. Thank you. Yeah.
Let It Be Forgotten by Sarah Teasdale. Let it be forgotten as a flower is forgotten. Forgotten as a fire that once was singing gold. Let it be forgotten forever and ever. Time is a kind friend. He will make us old. If anyone asks, say it was forgotten, long and long ago. As a flower, as a fire, as a hushed footfall in a long forgotten snow.
Little Girl by Tammy, Holland. She's with Grandma in front of Grandma's house, backed by a willow tree, gladiolas, and roses. Who does she ever want to please? But Grandma seems helpless and annoying. No doubt Mother frowns behind the length, wants to straighten the sassy face. Maybe laugh too, little girl with her mouth wide, tongue out, yelling at the camera. See her little white purse full of treasure, her white sandals? She has things to do, you can tell, places to explore beyond the frames. And this woman's picking flowers and taking pictures. Why wouldn't they let her go?
To the Desert by Benjamin Alire Sainz. I came to you one rainless August night. You taught me how to live without the rain. You are thirst, and thirst is all I know. You are sand, wind, sun, and burning sky, the hottest blue. You blow a breeze and brand your breath into my mouth. You reach, then bend your force to break, blow, burn, and make me new. You wrap your name tight around my ribs and keep me warm. I was born for you, above, below, by you surrounded. I wake to you at dawn, never break your knot. Reach, rise, blow, sálvame, me Dios, trágame, me tierra, salva, traga, break me. I am bread, I'll be the water for your thirst.
I'm offering this poem by Jimmy Santiago Baca. I'm offering this poem to you since I have nothing else to give. Keep it like a warm coat when the winter comes to cover you, or like a pair of thick socks the cold cannot bite through. I love you. I have nothing else to give you, so it is a pot full of yellow corn to warm your belly in the winter. It is a scarf for your head, to wear over your hair, to tie up around your face. I love you. Keep it. Treasure this as you would if you were lost, needing direction, and the wilderness life becomes immature. And in the corner of your drawer, tucked away like a cabin or hogan in dense trees, come knocking. I will answer, give you directions, and let you warm yourself by this fire. Rest by this fire, and make you feel safe. I love you. It is all I have to give, and all anyone needs to live, to go on living inside when the world outside no longer cares if you live or die. Remember, I love you.
I Felt a Funeral in My Brain by Emily Dickinson. I felt a funeral in my brain, and mourners to and fro kept treading till it seemed that sense was breaking through. And when they all were seated, a service, like a drum, kept beating till I thought my mind was going numb. And then I heard them lift a box and creak against my soul with those same boots of lead again. Then space began to toll, as all the heavens were a bell, and being but an ear, and I, in silence, some strange race, wrecked, solitary, here. And then a plank in reason broke, and I dropped down, and hit a world at every plunge, and finished knowing then.
An Unsociable Family by Elizabeth Han. Oh, what a strange parcel of creatures are we, scarce ever to quarrel, or even agree. We all are alone, though at home all together, except to the fire constrained by the weather. Then one says, "'Tis cold," which we all of us know. And with unadmitted answer, "'Tis so," with shrugs and with shivers, all look to the fire and shuffle ourselves in our chairs a bit nigher. Then quickly, preceded by silence profound, a yawn epidemical catches around. Like social companions, we never fall out, nor ever care what one another's about. To comfort others is never our plan, for to please ourselves truly is more than we can.
Domestic Situation by Ernest Hilbert. Maybe you've heard about this, maybe not. A man came home and chucked his girlfriend's cat in the wood chipper. This really happened. Dinner wasn't ready on time. A lot of other little things went wrong. He spat on her father, who came out when he learned about it. He also broke her pinky, stole her checks, and got her sister pregnant. But she stood by him, stood strong through it all, because she loved him. She loved him, you see. She actually said that. And then she went and married him. She felt some unique call. Don't try to understand what another person means by love. Don't even bother.
Come on.
Let It Be Forgotten by Sarah Teasdale. Let it be forgotten as a flower is forgotten, forgotten as a fire that once was singing gold. Let it be forgotten forever and ever. Time is a kind friend, he'll make us old. If anyone asks, say it was forgotten long and long ago. As a flower, as a fire, as a hushed footfall in a long forgotten snow.
Queen Anne's Lace by William Carlos Williams. Her body is not so white as anemone petals, nor so smooth, nor so remote a thing. It is a field of wild carrot taking the field by force. The grass does not raise above it. Here is no question of whiteness, white as can be, with a purple mole at the center of each flower. Each flower is a handspan of her whiteness. Where his hand has lain, there is a tiny purple blemish. Each part is a blossom under his touch, to which the fibers of her being stem one by one, each to its end, until the whole field is a white desire. Empty, a single stem, a cluster, flower by flower, a pious wish to whiteness gone over, or nothing.
We Wear the Mask by Paul Laurence Dunbar. We wear the mask that grins and lies. It hides our cheeks and shades our eyes. This debt we pay to human guile, with thorns and bleeding heart with smile, and mouth with myriad subtlety. Why should the world be overwise in counting all our tears and sigh? Nay, let them only see us while we wear the mask. We smile, but all great Christ, our cries to thee from tortured soul arise. We sing, but all the clay is vile beneath our feet and long the mile. But let the world dream otherwise. We wear the mask.
When I Have Fears That I May Cease to Be by John Keats. When I have fears that I may cease to be, before my pen has gleaned my teeming brain, before high piled books in charactery hold like rich garners of whole ripened grain, when I behold upon the night's starred face huge cloudy symbols of a high romance, and think that I may never live to trace their shadows with the magic hand of chance. And when I feel, fair creature of an hour, that I shall never look upon thee more, never have relish in the fairy power of unreflecting love, then on the shore of the wide world I stand alone and think, to love and fame, to nothingness do sink.
We have our top 3 reciters who we're going to announce, but before I single out the folks who did earn the high scores, could we have a huge round of applause for after school and on their lunch hours and with their friends, on the bus and at the bus stop and in the cafeteria. So everybody put in a great amount of time and effort. These performances were emotional, they were accurate, they were heartfelt. So I'm feeling super proud of all our people up here today. Congratulations, guys.
Thank you.
So our first place winner and high point overall is Anya Barrett. And we actually have a tie for second place between Kelly Masembe and Bashir Nur Hussein.
So congratulations. Congratulations. Thank you. Congratulations. Congratulations on spectacular. Thank you so much. So great. Thank you so much for coming. Thank you to our judges. Thanks to our killer staff who made the whole thing happen.